Hey everyone, it's Stella D here with day 5 of 30 days of code in Python doing HackerRank solutions. So let's take a look here. As you can see, day 5 is going to be loops. Haven't solved any of these, so we're just solving them live and see what we get here. So let's go to solve the challenge. We make it larger. And I'm going to put it on the split screen here. All right, so it says in today's challenge, we're going to use loops to help us do some simple math. Given an integer n, which means giving any number, which is going to be n, we're going to print the first 10 multiples, each multiple n times I, where I is greater than or equal to 1, or less than or equal to 10, which means that pretty much the numbers will fall between 1 and 10. So if the input is 2, well, the sample input's down there. We'll look at that. So it's going to be printed out like this. Blank times blank equals, and then the result. The input format is a single integer, so it's going to be a single number. And looks like the number can't be, it needs to be greater than or equal to 2 and less than or equal to 20. So anything in between that, the system doesn't want that. So basically this is the sample output. So you can see that number 2 is a sample input. And basically you're making a program which will automatically multiply the multiples of the number that you enter. So you don't have to enter in each one, it just does it all for you. So let's do that. What we're going to do, since we're doing loops, there's different types of loops, but today we're going to do a for loop. So basically what this is for I, which is I, in range of 1 to 11. And you might say, well, it said do between 1 and 10. Anytime you're doing something in range, you want to make sure that you do the number next to it or the number after it, so that way it can be from 1 to 10. If you do in range of 1 to 10, it'll only do from numbers 1 to 9. Okay, so for I in range 1 and 11, it says that I'm going to name our variable result. That's going to be n times I, lowercase I. So the number that we input in here times that. And we're going to print out the result. So what I'm going to do to make it a little easier, I'm going to use the format function, or method rather. So let's see. I think I have to put it in how I want it. We'll see. I'm probably doing this wrong. Oh, first let me put it in the string equals that, and then the format method has the syntax of the format method. Yeah, there it is, which I guess I have to finish filling it out first. So this is going to be n times I and result. Let me see if it acts right now. Usually when I hover over it, it gives me the definition of what I'm doing. Sometime today. Okay, it's loading, but from my understanding, Have to be a big X or a little X. Let me see. I think it's a little X. Let me see if I'm doing this right. So what I'm trying to do here is pretty much put that whatever the number that you put in here, the input, which is in, is going to go here. The I is going to go here. And then the result, which is the n times I, is going to go right here, so that you're not printing out different values all the time. Okay, so I did it right. Whew. I don't use the format method often, so I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, this is pretty much the string format, and what it does is that you can, whatever these parameters are, has to match up here. So you put in 3 different arguments, and it automatically goes inside of there. So you don't have to type in too much code for that. And let's see. Looks like we got the input was 2, the output was 2 times 1, 2 times 2, and so on. And it looks like we got what they wanted. And just to show that it works with any other number, let's do 5 and run the code. And you see you have multiples, or 5 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through 10. If we did 10, ran the code, you get all of the, pretty much a multiplication table. That's what this is called. So we made a program to pretty much make a multiplication table, and that it prints it out for you, versus you having to input, okay, what's this number? You enter a number and times 1. If you put in a number, times 2, like this. Let's see, what I'm saying is this stops you from doing n times 1 equals whatever, and then n times 2 equals, it stops you from having to type all of this up, and it's just less code this way. All right, so let's take the test one off. I think this one was a quickie here. It didn't take too long to do, since it's a for loop, which is a good thing, because using loops helps you get through problems and solve them a lot faster. So that's great. Let's see, let's run it again. And then we're going to submit the code to make sure that we pass. There's any type of additional cases, because I've noticed that HackerRank will throw in a random test case afterwards. So let's see. Yeah, and it did. So it tried out different cases that I clearly can't see because they're locked. But if I wanted to unlock it for 5 hackos, I could. But I'm going to save those for later on in the challenge if it starts getting a little difficult and we need some hints. Kind of like on day 3, when I was unsure of the last test case and why it wasn't passing, when I had to change my conditional to make sure it was equal to 20 as well, instead of just less than or greater than. So I'll save those. I really don't know how much I have. But anywho, this was a quick one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow for day 6. And I am doing this all this month since it is a 30-day challenge. Again, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or what have you, if you want to try out different solutions, or if you have a question of why I did something a certain way, please leave a comment below. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you all tomorrow. Be stellar.